All right, so have you seen this claim going around about how like just 1 minute of intense exercise can be like the same as jogging for 45 minutes?
Oh, yeah, that's a bold one for sure.
Right, it caught my eye too. Those physical therapist guys on YouTube, Bob and Brad,
Yeah.
they made a video about it recently, and it got me thinking, like, is there any truth to this?
Well, the interesting thing is they're actually referencing a real study this time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from McMaster University in Canada.
Okay, so not just like, making stuff up.
No, no,
Yeah.
this one has some scientific backing.
Okay, well, that's what we're here for, right? To deep dive into this and like figure out what's what.
Exactly. The study itself plus Bob and Brad's take on it, so we can kind of see how it all connects.
Awesome. So should we start with that study then? The McMaster one?
Yeah, let's do it. So basically, they took a bunch of participants and split them into 3 groups.
Okay, classic study setup.
Right. One group was the control group, so they didn't exercise at all.
Makes sense. Gotta have a baseline.
Exactly. And then another group did 45 minutes of moderate cycling, like what most people would consider, pretty standard workout.
Okay, yeah, I could see myself doing that.
And then the third group is where things get interesting.
Okay, this is the 1 minute wonder group, right?
Yeah, basically their total workout time was only 9 minutes on a stationary bike. But get this, only 1 minute of that was like all out sprinting.
Wait a minute. So like just 60 seconds of going as hard as you can and that's it.
Well, they had a warm-up and some slower cycling to recover between sprints. But yeah, the really intense part was only a minute.
That's wild. Okay, so what happened? Like, did it even do anything?
The results are pretty surprising. Both the moderate cycling group, A and D, the group doing that super short high-intensity workout, saw like similar improvements.
No way. Seriously.
Yeah, we're talking improvements in cardiovascular health, even changes at the muscular level.
So you're telling me I could ditch my hour-long jog and get the same results in like a fraction of the time?
Well, it's not quite that simple. There are definitely some nuances here.
Okay, but hold on a sec. For those of us who aren't, exercise scientists,
Yeah.
what exactly IS, high intensity interval training, or HII? And like, how does it even work?
Right. So HIA is basically all about pushing yourself to your max for short bursts. Then you get these brief recovery periods. It's like a totally different approach from just going for a long run at a steady pace.
Okay, so it's more like sprint for your life, catch your breath, repeat.
Pretty much, yeah. And that kind of like shock to your system actually has a lot of physiological benefits that you might not get from just moderate exercise.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Lay it on me. What kind of benefits are we talking?
Well, for starters, HIA really boosts your metabolism. Like you actually burn more calories even after you finish working out because your body is working harder to recover.
So it's not just about the calories you burn during the workout itself.
Exactly. It's like a longer lasting effect. And it also improves your cardiovascular fitness so your heart and lungs get stronger and more efficient.
Okay, I mean, this is all sounding pretty good so far, but like, how do we actually bring this HII concept into our lives?
Well, that's where Bob and Brad come in. They actually lay out a pretty straightforward home workout routine in their video.
Oh, perfect. So we can like actually see how this works in practice.
Exactly. And that's one of the things I like about their content. They take these kind of complex ideas and make them super accessible.
Totally. So what's this workout all about?
So they've got 5 exercises. Side steps, mountain climbers, these modified burpees they call bed burpees, good old jumping jacks and high steppers. You do each one for 20 seconds, then you switch to 2 minutes of core work.
Got it. So it's like alternating between those bursts of intensity and then focusing on your core.
Exactly. Keeps your heart rate up and strengthens a really important muscle group.
And they show you how to like modify things, right? Like if you're a beginner or want to make it harder.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They really emphasize that it's not one size fits all. You adapt it to your own body and fitness level. Plus, it's all equipment free, so no excuses.
Love that. Okay, so they're showing us the moves, but are there any other details that stood out to you?
Let me think. Yeah, with those dead burpees, they actually use a counter to protect their backs.
Smart.
Yeah, and they're constantly reminding you to use a timer to keep those intervals precise. It's not just about going crazy. They really care about proper form and safety.
Okay, that's good to hear. So we've established that HIA can be super effective, potentially even better than longer moderate workouts. But does that mean we should all just ditch our jogs and only do these crazy bursts of activity? Is it like a total replacement for everything else?
I wouldn't say that. It's important to remember that balance is still key.
Yeah, even Bob, who clearly knows his stuff when it comes to fitness, admits that he mixes it up. He does both running and high-intensity exercises in his own routine.
Exactly. A good fitness plan usually have a mix of different types of activities. HIIT is a powerful tool, but it's not the only dial tool.
So where do we go from here? I mean, we've unpacked the science, we've seen the workout, but like, what's the message for someone listening who's thinking, okay, this sounds amazing, but like, how does it apply to me?
That's the perfect question to lead us into the next part of our deep dive.
Mm-hmm.
We've laid the groundwork, but now we got to figure out how to actually apply this stuff to your individual goals and lifestyle.
Okay, I'm already hooked. Let's take a quick break and then we'll come back and get into the nitty-gritty of how to make HIIT work for you.
Okay, so we've talked about like the overall idea of HIT, right? But let's actually zoom in on that 1 minute of intensity idea and how it works within a workout.
Yeah, it's not like you just go all out for a minute and call it a day.
Right. No, there's definitely a strategy involved, especially when you look at those 2 minute recovery periods that Bob and Brad build into their routine.
Right, like what's the point of those? Just catching your breath.
Well, that's part of it, but they actually use that time to work your core muscles too.
Oh, interesting. So you're getting like a 2-for-1 cardio and core strength.
Exactly. It's super efficient.
Right.
And strengthening your core is important for like everything, not just for those six-pack abs everyone wants.
Right, it's like your foundation.
Yeah, helps with stability, prevents injuries, all that good stuff.
And didn't they even use a stability ball for some of those core exercises?
They did, yeah. Adds an extra challenge, helps with balance,
Yeah.
and can actually be a good modification for people with back problems too, because the ball gives you that extra support.
Makes sense. It seems like they really thought about how to make this accessible for like a lot of different people.
Totally. It's not just for hardcore athletes or anything.
And they really emphasize starting slowly, right? Like not pushing yourself too hard right away.
Oh yeah, for sure. It can be tempting to go all out, but that's a recipe for burnout or even injury. You got to build up gradually.
Okay, so let's get into the specifics of the exercises. Those bed burpees really caught my attention.
Yeah.
Seems like a smart way to modify a regular burpee to make it easier on your back.
Yeah, for sure. Traditional burpees can be tough like, on your lower back if you're not used to them. But
Yeah.
by using a countertop or even your bed, like they suggest you're elevating your hands, which takes some of the strain off.
Such a simple tweak, but it makes a big difference.
It really does. And they even have you use a counter to keep track of how many you do, like a little game to keep you motivated.
Speaking of motivation, those side steps looked deceptively challenging.
Oh yeah, they get your heart rate up for sure. And really work your leg muscles.
And I bet you can make them harder too, right?
Totally. You can go lower in your stance or like change directions quickly to make it more intense.
So many options. And of course, we can't forget about the mountain climbers. Those are classic for a reason.
Yeah, mountain climbers are great because they work like your whole body, core, legs, arms, A and D. They get your heart pumping.
Plus, it can be modified too, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. If you're starting out, you can do it one leg at a time or slow down the pace until you build up strength.
And then there's jumping jacks, like good old-fashioned jumping jacks.
Gotta love them. They're a great warm-up, or if you're short on time, just doing a few can really get your blood flowing.
Simple but effective. And finally, the high steppers. They look kind of low impact at first, but I bet they can be tough if you keep the pace high.
Definitely, you're working those legs, improving your cardiovascular fitness, and you can always add some arm swings or like a hop to each step to make it harder.
Okay, so lots of different exercises to choose from. It seems like the key is to find the ones that you enjoy and that work for your fitness level.
Exactly. It's all about finding what's sustainable for you.
It's empowering to know that you don't need a fancy gym or hours of free time to get a good workout.
Totally. Even if you can't do the full 9-minute routine every day, just doing a few minutes of high-intensity activity can make a difference.
Okay, so we've seen how HIE works in practice, but now I'm curious about the science behind it. Like, why does it work so well? What's going on inside our bodies when we do these crazy bursts of exercise? Okay, so we've talked about like the what and the how of HIA, but now I want to get into the why. Like, what's actually happening inside our bodies when we do this type of workout?
This is where it gets really cool. Like HID doesn't just make you feel good. It actually triggers all these changes in your body that lead to like better fitness and overall health.
Yeah. Okay, so break it down for me. What kind of changes are we talking about?
Well, one of the biggest ones is an increase in something called mitochondrial density. Now, mitochondria are like the powerhouses of your cells. They produce energy.
Okay, so more mitochondria equals more energy. Makes sense.
Right. And when you do HIIT, you're basically making those mitochondria work harder, which forces them to become more efficient.
So it's like a workout for your cells.
Pretty much. Yeah, that translates to like more energy throughout your whole body so you can do more and for longer periods of time.
That actually explains why I feel so energized after a HIA workout, even though it's over so quickly.
Exactly. And it's not just about energy levels. HIE also boosts your VO2 max, which is like a measure of how well your body uses oxygen.
So if you have a higher VO2 max, you can breathe easier and push yourself harder during your workouts.
Exactly. HIIT trains your cardiovascular system to be more efficient at getting oxygen to your muscles, which means better endurance and better heart health overall.
Wow, it's like a total upgrade for your heart and lungs.
Right. But wait, there's more.
I knew it. There's got to be more.
HII also improves your insulin sensitivity, which is really important for regulating blood sugar.
So that's especially good for people with diabetes or who are at risk of developing it.
Absolutely. When your body's more sensitive to insulin, it means your cells can use glucose from your blood more effectively.
Which helps with blood sugar control.
Exactly. And it can lower your risk of getting type 2 diabetes.
This is incredible.
Yeah,
It seems like the benefits just keep coming.
they do. And we haven't even touched on the impact on hormones. HI increases growth hormone, which helps with muscle growth and repair.
So that's how you can build muscle with HAA, and even if you're not lifting heavy weights.
Right. But growth hormone does even more than that. It helps keep your bones strong and reduces body fat. Some people even think it slows down aging.
Okay, now HI is starting to sound like the fountain of youth.
Well, maybe not quite, but it does have a lot of positive effects on your body.
So we know HIIT does all these amazing things, but how does it compare to like regular cardio, like going for a run?
That's a great question. Both types of exercise are good for you, but HII has a bit of an edge when it comes to time efficiency and the effect it has on your metabolism.
So you're saying I could get the same or even better results from a few minutes of HII than from like an hour of jogging?
It's possible. Because HII is so intense, it kind of shakes things up in your body more.
Yeah.
It creates what's called the afterburn effect.
Afterburn. That sounds kind of scary.
It's not scary. It's actually a good thing. It's also called EPOC, which stands for excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. Basically, it means your body keeps burning calories even after you finished working out.
So I'm still getting a workout even when I'm resting.
Pretty much. Yeah, HII really boosts your metabolism for hours afterwards.
Okay, I'm sold, but I do remember you saying that we shouldn't only do HII, right?
Right, it's all about balance.
Yeah.
A good fitness plan includes a mix of different things. HII, some moderate cardio, strength training, flexibility. You want to work your body in different ways.
So HIA is like one piece of the puzzle.
Exactly. It's about finding what works for you and what you enjoy.
Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive. We started with that crazy claim about 1 minute of intense exercise, and now we have a much better understanding of what HIIT is all about.
It's amazing what you can learn when you really dig into something.
So what's the takeaway message for our listeners? What should they do with all this info?
If you're looking for a workout that's effective but doesn't take a lot of time, HIIT is definitely worth trying. It can be tough, but it's also really rewarding.
Just remember to start slow, listen to your body, and gradually increase the intensity.
And most importantly, find something you enjoy. Exercise should be fun.
Who knows, maybe you'll discover that even just 1 minute of intense effort can make a big difference in your life.
Well, that's it for our deep dive into high-intensity interval training. Thanks for joining us.
We hope you learned something new and feel inspired to get moving. Until next time, stay curious, stay active, and keep exploring the world of health and fitness.